Hi, I don't know why I'm making this video, but samahan niyo ako mag all-nighter as I review for my criminal law class tomorrow. Okay, time check. It's almost 1 in the morning and I have a lot to cover sa readings ko for crim law. Actually, na-start na ng prof namin yung treason. Book 2 actually starts with uh, treason or crimes against national security. So, ang i-discuss namin is actually, we'll start with piracy, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So, we'll start with piracy. And konti pa lang yung napako-over ko. And these are my notes. So, dito ako naglalagay ng annotated notes for the cases. Or yung mga notes ko lang na, well, technically notes ko in general. Actually, ito yung crim law notebook ko since first sem. So, andyan lahat, penalties. Of course, natapos ko na yung crim law and thankfully, I passed. And now, diretso tayo sa crim law. So, what I usually do is, I have the codal. So, sa mga law students, ito yung Bible nyo sa per subject. So, this is my codal for crim law, the revised penal code. Well, tataka kayo ba't ang kapal? Kasi may mga special laws pa dyan. Special penal laws. I actually have other codals there. Essential yan for sa mga law students. Yeah. But anyway. Then typically I have my timer. But I'm gonna reset this for the sake of video. Anyway, so that's my setup, right? So we have the book, the annotated book, the codal, and of course your notes. That's how I typically review. And one of the most important things as well is of course your notes. What I do is I compile all cases. So this is the compilation thing. Isang meeting lang to 293 pages. What I love about crim law is that para kang nanonood ng series, to be honest, when you read it. I'm gonna give you a sample. So this is a case way back 1922, but still very relevant for our topic. This is the case of People versus Lolo and Sarao. And sobrang ganda nung opening statement nung ponente ng case na to. Makes me think of One Piece for some reason. It's like, what? Gone the days when pirates roamed the seas and would picture as buccaneers like Captain Avery. You know, like, ganyan ako pag magiging ponente man ako. So, what I typically do is, of course, lalo na sa mga all-nighters na ganito, I don't really suggest this sa mga students, pero ito yung kaya ko because I'm a working student, so I don't have time to do this in the morning. So anyway, what I do is, of course, lalo na pag ganito, pag 200 pages yung babasahin mo, I rely on, of course, digests, which is not really good for others, but at least meron kang idea what the topic is all about. And of course, you have to relate it to your subject because reading jurisprudence is really going to be difficult if you don't know what subject are you parang pinupinterian yung subject. So if, for example, there are issues in this case, although criminal in nature, there are issues that political siya in sense, or let's say person siya in a sense, or basta hindi siya criminal. So typically, what you would do is only get the issues that is criminal in nature. But of course, you cannot understand the whole case if yun lang kinukuha mo, because sometimes profs would just randomly ask you questions that would totally catch you off guard and make you parang not answer anything. So the point here is that once, so yung typical na ginagawa ko is basahin ko yung buong provisions muna sa book kung hanggang saan yung articles na babasahin namin here sa codal, and then read the annotated. So annotate it as well. So kaya madaming mga highlighters mga law students. And then put my readings or put the important things in my notes so that it would make sense ano yung nababasa ko dun sa pinapahiwatig or wisdom nung mga nung book itself, like, if it makes sense. So after reading all of this, assuming that I read all of it na, I transfer it on my notebook here. Yan. So, notice na issues lang yung nilalagay ko dyan. Kasi I assume that I already know the facts. Kasi pag uulitin ko lahat-lahat yon, it's kinda, wala siyang kwenta, right? Susulat pa. I mean, for me. So, typically, I write the issues and then I encircle which is criminal and which is not. So for example, the first two issues here, has to do something with remedial lang siya or pwede siya sa CivPro. But here, these issues are what criminal law is all about. And then I read the provision, what the provision says, and then how was it decided on the case and how the case would benefit me understanding such. And then I repeat the process and then basa ulit and then konting break. So I usually do Pomodoro pero sometimes I don't follow it. Pero typically I put 30 minutes pure reading, 5 minutes break. So yung 5-minute break na yun would be kung timpla man ako ng kape dito. See, 21 Pilots pa yan. No? Kung matitimpla man ako ng kape or mag-gitara. Basta something na hindi mo na law related. 5 minutes lang yun. Strictly 5 minutes. And then another 30 minutes for writing. So 30 minutes na basa, 5-minute break, 30 minutes na writing, 5 minutes break, and then so on and so forth. Hanggang sa anong oras man ako maabutan. That's how I do it. So yeah, samahan niyo na ako. I also mentioned na ang cool kasi, well, yung prof namin is a judge and she just casually sends the readings here in our GC and Crim Law 2. Tapos parang, yan na muna, sabi niya, na parang konti lang. It's like 24 plus cases with other readings. Yan lang naman. At this point, I usually just, free will it, if that makes sense. Yan, so, babalikan ko ulit yung caudal, read the caudal. After reading the caudal, I'm gonna annotate and then read the cases. If you can see here, I got lost because I'm like, I was chatting a friend and then balik ulit dito. Yeah, typically. And then ito yung 5-minute break na sinasabi ko. Usually a 5-minute break would entail me watching random YouTube videos, what inspires me to write songs, and eat, as you can see. And then, I play the guitar. And then, yeah, paubos na yung oras ko yan. So, kita nyo naman na bilis ko ma-distract. But anyway, that's how I typically review for my all-nighter. And this is funny because sobrang dami namin sa klase. I'm not sure kung matatawag man ako. But I'm doing it for myself para prepared naman ako kahit ano. Like sabi nga nila, dapat may bala ka sa recit kahit di ka matatawag.